Assalamualaikum, my name is Irene S47855 from grade 6. Today our group is going to present about alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks. Introduction to halal. What is halal? Halal is the basic food requirement in Malaysia. Since Islam is the country prevalent religion, as the government is implementing the principle of halalan thayyiban, that food is permitted, wholesome, safe and stable. According to the IMT3, Government of Malaysia will have challenge of introducing the halal hub, but more need to be done to raise Muslim consumer understanding of food, drink and use the eat in relation with halal and Sharia. Halal certificate. Halal certificate is a certification procedure specific in the Sharia law for good and service. Also, system of halal certification and verification is regarded as the key element in ensuring Muslim consumer purchase food according to the standard of halal. The implementation of halal logo and certification has increased Muslim awareness of the relevant consumer production of service in compliance with Islamic guidelines. The certificate is accelerative. It is valid for 1 year, and after 1 year, the renewal process begins. It is the flowchart. This halal concept in Al-Quran and As-Sunnah. Surah Al-Baqarah ayat 195. The Quran ayat indicate that the major aim of Muslim law is halalism, to protect people even though there is scientific evidence to back up food and or drink which may harm the human body and health. Furthermore, in relation to the fulfillment of halal requirements, Islam offers specific guidance of the halal food process as stated in the Quran, Al-Baqarah ayat 172. Hadith, the authority of Abu Yahla Shahadat Ibn Aus, as narrated by Sahih Muslim, which discusses the origin of halal food, beverage and good for human consumption.
So in section 2, we will discuss about alcohol. So alcohol in food industry is organic compound derived from carbon chain, hydrogen and oxygen. The molecular formula of alcohol is CnH2n plus 1OH. Alcohol in food can be called as ethanol or ethyl alcohol that can cause drunkenness in beer or wine. Alcohol formation is by fermentation of yeast and also sugar. There will be sugar ferment or also starch ferment. So, alcohol in food in Islam is prohibited because in Al-Quran have stated that alcohol is categorical unlawful and considered as impure. Consuming any amount of unlawful alcohol, even if it doesn't create any drunken effect, is haram. So, alcoholic drinks derived from grapes, dates, and resin are also considered as najis or unclean. So, type of alcohol can be divided by 3. Methanol is used for the cars and boat, isopropanol is for cleaning agent, and ethanol only for alcoholic drinks. So, the effect of consumption of alcohol at the high doses can depress the central nervous system, or called a sedative hypotonic drug, while at the lower doses can cause feeling of euphoria and nerve, while after drinking too much alcohol at one season can lead to drowsiness, respiratory depression, where breathing becomes slow, shallow, and stop entirely, coma, and even death. So after the drink is swallowed, the alcohol is rapidly absorbed into the blood, through 80% through the small intestine, while 20% through the stomach. It usually peaks in the blood after 30 to 90 minutes and is carried through all the organs of the body. Usually, 90% of the metabolism or breaking down of alcohol from our body through the liver, through the lung, kidney, or sweat. So lastly, the prohibition of alcoholic beverage is clearly stated in the Holy Quran. Alcohol contains ethanol, but not all ethanol is haram. Ethanol produced from non-industry is not najis. So such as tapai, budu, cincalo, and belacan are permissible to consume, even though they contain ethanol. However, because they are not intoxicating. So, consumer alcohol is prohibited in Islam, but Islamic principles highlight that alcohol can be consumed if it goes through natural fermentation called takamur, tahallul, and istihala.
Government support halal industry sector. The halal industry in Malaysia is well developed and not only limited to food and beverage-based industrial goods, but also covers a larger sector including pharmaceuticals, cosmetic, healthcare, packaging, and many more. In 2020, Malaysia recorded Muslim population is at 61.3%. Export all halal products worldwide worth approximately 35.4 billion a year. With increasing awareness and requirement for halal products and services in Malaysia, various infrastructure to support this halal sector. Halal industrial park, halal R&D and testing laboratories have been established and are constantly being improved. Next is projected growth for Malaysia's halal industry. Particularly in the Middle East, there are tremendous potential which have a rapidly increasing Muslim population. European Muslims have a higher buying power. The Chinese halal market worth 2.1 billion and is rising at 10% annually according to the Islamic Association of China. Next is government and halal organizations support manufacturers. Investment incentive including maximum tax exemption for the manufacturers of halal ingredients, cold chain facilities and machinery and equipment. Next, the Halal Industry Development Corporation was founded in 2006 as the world's first government-sponsored halal industry development corporation to coordinate the overall development of the halal industry in an integrated and systematic manner. Besides, different of Malaysian halal certification from other countries, Malaysia seems to be the only country in the world where the government gives full support to the halal certification process for product and services. Halal certification organizations in other countries are either established by individual, provinces or by states funded by their non-governmental organizations. Next, a challenge producer faces in complying with halal requirement. Due to variation in halal standard not only between countries but also within each country, where confusion, misunderstanding and even misuse of the halal logo could occur. A complex area for companies to manage while trading halal goods globally because one exporting country's halal standard may not meet the requirement of the importing country. Then, effort to ensure the quality of halal food. Malaysia is the first nation to have such a facility as most halal labs and non-halal product research are privately owned. JAKIM has set up the first halal verified engine where the data and revenue sharing framework designed for all recognized international halal certification bodies will simplify the verification of halal ingredients or supply chain components from other countries.
And now I will present about the issues and challenge in halal implementation. The standardization of halal management between JAKIM and JAIN has been introduced since 2013 following the approval of the 22 Conference of the Rulers of the Council on 13 to 14 October 2010. This initiative has successfully standardized the use of certificates, logos, standards and procedure and processing fees via online application. So, liquor without alcohol. So, today, a bewildering varieties of non-alcoholic drinks can be found that appeal to the interests of Muslims, particularly the younger generation who are more exposed to liberal Western cultures. The emergence of halal alcohol or may also be trend to encourage inclusiveness within the Muslim population so that no one is left out in any celebration. A fatwa was introduced in November 2015 and effectively allowed the drinking of low and non-alcoholic drinks as long as the liquid contains 0.5% or less. So there was a certain amount of alcohol in reaction qualms about non-alcoholic drinks. So the consumer perception. So alcohol is found in most foods and drinks for its particular purpose and can be allowed if it remains within the state parameter. The Muslim customer must be cautious of the concerning trend in the use of alcohol as a food flavoring. So this flavoring can serve as a stimulus to a person's sense to recognize and desire alcoholic taste from a young age. So indirectly, alcohol flavorings found in this item may encourage and advertise their actual alcoholic products. So chocolate with wine taste, for example, will encourage real wine cocktail. It will take a great deal of work on the part of Human Protection Association and government officials to ensure that these goods are never approved as halal. So the effect to consumer. So some Islamic scholars have perceived that trace quantities of ethanol naturally present in food or incorporated during food production, such as for extraction, precipitation and dissolving process, are allowable as long as the residual ethanol in finished product is negligible. So this statement has been used by some Muslims who claim that it is appropriate to include alcoholic drinks while cooking, as alcohol is believed to be fully burned during the process. In fact, although the inclusion of ethanol in food is permissible under certain binding circumstances, alcoholic drinks or beverages are forbidden in Islam. Even a small amount of drink added to food and drink will make the items haram or banned.
Shop Muslims have moral duty to avoid use banned food items in their day-to-day activities. The certification for halal is credential in serve as certification in religious prescription. In Al-Quran, alcoholic drink are forbidden due to toxicity. Not all alcohol drink are prohibited, as certain alcohol or ethanol is not haram and depend on the purpose and use from a religious point of view. It is not a commodity to use alcohol, while it carries many connotations of fun and sociability. The negative effect of its use even a little very widely. Our reference. And that's all from our group presentation. Thank you.